everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Beauty Bosses. I'm Dr. Lara Devgan, board certified plastic surgeon and expert in facial optimization, and the founder of Dr. Devgan Scientific Beauty Skincare. And today I'm here with Dina Rosenbloom, who is the CEO of Hairstory, a really exciting company in the space of hair and wellness. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so happy that you're here. So let's start at the beginning. What inspired the launch of Hairstory, and what's kind of the origin story of this brand?
It's a really interesting story because it was developed by the founder of Bumble and Bumble after he sold the company. He had some scalp issues, and so he had created this amazing brand, made his career that way, and really wanted to do something for his own needs and create something that was better for skin and better for the planet. And so he created a formula with a lab that he had a relationship with, and it just organically kind of grew into a product because he was gifting it to friends. And then he, as it grew, he decided to partner with the former CEO of Bumble and Bumble, and they co-founded Hairstory, and that's when the brand began. And it began with our kind of hero product called New Wash, which is an alternative to shampoo and conditioner. It is a detergent-free cleansing cream that is better for your scalp, better for your hair, better for the planet. And we have converted, close to 1 million customers in the last decade. We're celebrating 10 years this year.
Wait, so you use this instead of both shampoo and conditioner?
Yeah. So it's
So
kind
is
of
it
like
a two-in-one shampoo conditioner type of thing?
It is a two-in-one, which sounds like an old idea, but it's really a different type of product because it is detergent free, and detergents have shampoos have pretty harsh detergents in them, which are cleansing agents. They really, you being a surgeon, I'm sure you will understand this better than I. They really disrupt your scalp and the microbiome of your scalp. We don't wash our faces that way, for example, like with such harsh products. And when you strip your scalp, you're stripping your hair, and that's why you get that squeaky clean feeling. And then you just use conditioner as a Band-Aid, which often has silicones and all these ingredients that also are not necessarily healthy. And so he came up with something that was very gentle on the scalp, although it was able to remove the buildup or excessive oils on the scalp and the hair in a healthier way without needing a conditioner. It works on all hair types. It's a pretty miraculous product.
And so if it doesn't have detergent in it, a detergent is just kind of a base-based soap, right? So how does it clean the hair?
So fatty alcohols are used as the cleansing agents, and they are gentle, and they do not necessarily cling to the water in the same way. They cling to the oil and remove the excess oil. And then there's aloe leaf juice, which helps hydrate the strand. We use natural fragrances, no preservatives.
Oh, cool.
And there are no sulfates in the product, of course, because it doesn't have the soaps.
Okay, that's amazing. Where do you sell Hairstory?
So we are mainly an online company. We have a really strong hairdresser base. That's kind of how the brand started. Michael himself was a hairdresser, and there was 10 years ago, there was kind of this trend going toward hairdressers going independent, right? So leaving their commission salon and going out on their own. In that case, it's really hard to commit to a line. A lot of lines will come in and say you have to buy an opening order, you have to invest all this money, and then the product just sits on the shelf. And now they have money tied, they have their cash tied up in inventory. So he really was innovative at the time, and with Eli, and they came up with a business model whereby they approached the independent hairdresser and said, listen, we have created this affiliate model, and this was well before influencer marketing was a thing, and created a proprietary software whereby hairdressers could provide a link to a customer as they sold through, as they would share the link with their client, and then the client, when they clicked through the link online, the hairdresser received 25% commission on the sale. The key kind of, I think, point of difference of the brand is that once the client clicks through the link, they are forever linked to that hairdresser, and the hairdresser will continue to receive 25% commission when that client purchases on the website in perpetuity. So it is very, very supportive of the independent hairdresser. They don't have to commit cash up front, and it's passive income.
That's
And
very
a lot
interesting.
and it's such an amazing product. It preserves color, you know, it makes the cutting, like it, you know, you can slip a comb through the hair, so cutting becomes much more seamless, and so it's not very hard to convince a hairdresser that this is an amazing product. Also, a lot of hairdressers are, you know, conscious. They want to provide products to their clients that are healthy, that are good for them, that are good for their bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, we have lots of
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. So the cleansing cream for all hair types. How much does it cost?
So we just launched New Wash in a bottle. For many years. It was only available in a fully recyclable pouch. The reason for that is, one, it's fully recyclable and sustainable, and we are a sustainable company, but also because it's so thick. So the pouch comes in 8 ounce, 20 ounce, and 32 ounce. The 8 ounce is $46. The bottle, which is a patent pending proprietary design, it is $48, and it is also really speaks to the ethos of the brand, which is sustainability. It is meant to be refilled. So the idea is you buy the bottle once, and then you follow with the pouch to refill the bottle, and the bottle is endlessly refillable.
Okay, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How has the past decade been for you in terms of the development of the brand and its kind of penetrance amongst its users?
Well, I think the hairdresser base has really been the backbone and what we call the heart of the brand. They really helped build the business, and you know, we really respect our hairdressers. That part of the business is about 1/3 of our business, and especially during COVID, it grew pretty quickly because a lot of hairdressers couldn't work, and so this became their method of income during COVID. So there was definitely a spike in the business. Also, just a spike on the like non-hairdresser commercial side. We also launched on Amazon a couple years ago, and that definitely grew the business. So I kind of see it as 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So 1/3 hairdresser led, 1/3 Amazon, 1/3, you know, direct D2C.
Amazing. What are your hopes for the brand?
Well, our hopes for the brand is for more people to gain awareness. We're investing in awareness marketing in the next couple of years, and partnering with some bigger names so that we can actually grow awareness. It's, you know, for me, it's like the best kept secret, and I don't want it to be a secret. I want everybody to know that there's a better way to wash your hair, and that, you know, you need to ditch the shampoo, and you can be sustainable. You can use one product, you can save water, you can, help reduce carbon emissions, and I think that a lot of people are really interested in doing that, and I think skincare has caught on. I don't think the hair care industry is there yet.
Yeah, that's very cool. Is this the sole product of the brand?
No, so we have New Wash is our hero. There are 3 formats for New Wash. There's the original here, which is for all hair types. We have Rich for coarse, curly, textured hair, and we have Deep Clean for, you know, maybe people who are more prone to oil. And then we have Pre-Wash, which actually is the other cleansing product in our line, which is a prebiotic micellar scalp rinse that you put on your scalp dry before you get into the shower, and it feeds the scalp and starts kind of the cleansing process. And then we have about 9 styling products. Hair balm is probably we're best known for, which is like a cream styling aid. We have Undressed, which gets a lot of social media attention. It's a salt-free sea spray, which is also very rare. so it doesn't dry out the hair, but it really enhances the natural texture. We have an oil, we have a wax.
Amazing. Do you think that people care more about the hair these days than they used to in the past?
No, I think people have always cared about their hair. I think it's
so personal.
Bad hair day, good hair day.
Yeah, it's so much about your identity and how you present to the world.
It really is, and you know probably that if you have a bad hair day, just like your whole day just feels off. And we are just constantly getting feedback from customers saying that this is life-changing, that they've never had like their scalp feel so healthy, their hair feel healthy. People with straight hair have claimed that they've never seen waves in their hair like they do with this product. It really brings out natural texture.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
How big is the business? Is that something that you guys publicly talk about, or not exactly?
We're just under 30 million, so we're a pretty substantial size business, but we're still very small, relatively speaking, and we're primarily D2C. So we're interested in expanding that reach. What's also very interesting about the structure of the brand is that a good portion of our customers are subscribers, because once you kind of use our product line, particularly New Wash, it's really hard to go back to shampoo. We have a lot of stories of people who are like, I used New Wash and then I went back to my shampoo and I had to go back to New Wash. I'm never using shampoo again, because it's just a different experience.
Have you always been interested in hair personally, or was this a departure for you?
Well, I started my career in hair working with the founders at Bumble and Bumble, so I've definitely always been interested in hair. I did spend the last decade in fragrance working for the House of Creed. So I've been, in different categories in the beauty industry, but coming back to hair really felt like coming home.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
Well, where do you think people should find Hairstory? Online or on social media, or what's your kind of entry point that you want people to discover?
We definitely do, are very heavy in social media. Our handle is Hairstory Studio, but hairstory.com is where you would buy the products. So definitely Hairstory.com.
Okay, so let's say someone's listening to this podcast and they're kind of interested in their hair, but not totally interested in their hair. Do you have some advice about 3 common mistakes that people might be making with their hair, where you guys feel like you can add some value, or just philosophy on that topic?
Good question.
Because the hair is a precious natural resource. It's like our collagen and elastin and our eyelashes and our tissues. Mm-hmm. We need to keep it. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts on?
So it's such an interesting question, because I think everybody cares about their hair in a maybe in different ways. Some people may not care necessarily about styling their hair, but they care about hair thinning or scalp dryness or other issues. I've not met a person who doesn't care about their scalp hair in some sort of fashion. I think the 3 common mistakes would be shampooing, the industry historically has just taught us that you shampoo and then you condition. You don't need to do that. You can basically break the cycle of overproduction of oil, so that people who frequently wash, they remain oily, right? You have to wash every day because it's a real vicious cycle. You can basically break that cycle by using a much healthier product like New Wash and not having to wash as often, and your scalp will adjust pretty quickly and stop overproducing the oil, and you'll feel a benefit for your hair as well. So I think that's one. There may only be one problem or one mistake, which is shampooing. Honestly, I don't even know what the other mistake. Maybe the other mistake would be putting too many harsh chemicals and styling products and all of these kind of other things to then bring your hair back to some
and maybe
sort
also
of
just
state.
doing too much,
doing
like
too
aggressive hairstyles. The clean girl aesthetic,
Yes.
I actually think, causes traction alopecia. Sometimes people don't change their hair parting and then they get a little hair loss. So you have to take care of your hair.
Yes, and that is our one of our kind of ideas is do more with less. We have such a small line because we don't think that you need all of these things. You don't have to be layering upon layering onto your hair to have a healthy scalp to make it look good. My story, how I started using it, was well before I was CEO or worked at this company. I just had scalp issues, and we obviously cannot claim any scalp results necessarily dermatologically, like dandruff or anything like that. But it really did completely resolve my issues. My teenage son uses it. He was getting very oily and had dandruff, and it really helped him. So I think, this is something that's available for everyone, and everyone could benefit from. What's also exciting, so we have a natural fragrance in our product, made with essential oils. As we know, many people, or some people, have allergens. We are coming out with a fragrance-free version, and we've tested it on some of our customers and employees who actually have allergy, and I'm really excited about that, because now we're just gonna, be able to reach a broader audience.
Okay, amazing. Well, what's in store next for Hairstory?
We're coming out with a gel, which is such a basic need and just a void in our line. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be great for our curly, coily, thicker haired clients. And I think it's going to do really well because it's a really nice gel. And honestly, we aren't focused on growing the line tremendously. We'll probably put a little bit of more focus on the scalp category and scalp health, but we're really committed to new wash and just getting the word out there. So I think it's just, building awareness.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
This has been such a pleasure, and I can't wait to try out my new Hairstory products.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thanks.